And hello, everyone! Welcome back to Fractures of Reality. In the last session, it turns out that Jezebel might be in a bit of a three-way situation with two godlike beings.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Especially when one of those godlike being and one of those gods is basically her aunt.
I just said the situation. Jezebel is stuck in a three-way, lash where two godlike beings want to make her their warlock.
She's basically stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, also Enlight is kidnapped, but that's nothing. Anyway, shall we begin?
Yeah.
So, you're outside the store.
Okay.
This being the shoe store, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to shop for supplies.
What do you get?
Okay, I'm going to the magic store to get, let's see here. I need an eyeball and a platinum inlaid vial worth at least 400 gold pieces.
Do you have 400 gold pieces?
I do.
Alright. It takes him a bit of searching, but he finds the items you require.
Okay.
You pay up?
And before that, there's one other thing. I need some enchanted ink to write down one of my spells, so that's gonna cost me 50.
I can deliver that.
Alright. And, that's it for now.
Alright. Anyone else got anything they want to buy?
Did you ever get around to throwing together a catalog for what was again? Oh yes, Pointy's Magic Shop.
I did not. Because I keep forgetting that you guys actually... I keep forgetting that it exists. Yeah.
Given their price ranges, I probably it wouldn't be able to afford much there anyway.
It's true. They are very, very expensive there.
And that dragon and the return on that dragon horde was not what Korax had frankly hoped for.
Well, I mean, you left them alive.
True. Did we decide whether or not Jezebel took her portion of the...
She decided not.
I was leaving it to you guys to decide, but okay.
I was wondering what you decided, so I guess I'll add the additional 100 to my thing then.
Wait. So, as Jezebel said, it's your guys' decision. Yes or no? Does Jezebel get her cut of the 2K?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I thought it was
I'm
3K.
gonna give her 50 just because.
Whatever the money was.
Yeah.
It was 3K.
Okay, it was 3K then. Alright.
But I'm going to give her 50 gold just because I owe her still.
Alright.
Oh.
So, you didn't get it, but you did get 50 gold.
Fine with that.
Everyone else add an extra... I think... Yeah.
So with the extra money that I have, I can also get that other spell scroll plus the components for it, but that's gonna leave me at around 29 gold left.
Well, that's what That's what I mean. No, this is what that's what kind of money's kind of for casters like you.
Yep. This is what I get for playing a Pact of the Tome Warlock.
I mean, if you weren't playing one, and you're a caster, you'd have basically no use for money otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm going to get them.
All
That's
right.
gonna cost me 75.
Okay.
And then once I got all of those, for it was meld into stone and divination. I'm going to get those. I guess I can copy them to my spell list along the way.
We'll
Yeah.
get to when we take when we start traveling. You can transfer them over.
Okay.
Anyone else got anything they want to buy?
I'm gonna use the dragon scales to enhance my armor.
Alrighty. We already talked about that, so you know what you have to do there.
Okay.
And I sadly did not think to try and harvest any scales from the dragon.
Does anyone else have anything they want to do?
Do they have a staff of healing in stock?
Roll investigation. You're unable to find it, sorry.
I'm just looking at this list of items I probably want. Because I don't know if you have placed anywhere in the future.
I need to buy a couple more crossbow bolts. I'm running low.
Alright. I believe that it's been a bit. I think it was 2 GP for 12. Let me double check.
Yeah. Well, while you're figuring it out real quickly, Jezebel remembers something. She walks over to Korax and then gives her back the what was it you gave me before?
A musket.
Yeah. She pulls it out, gives it back. She goes, "Here, since I didn't use this and I did tend to leave you guys behind, I really don't deserve it."
I'm gonna be deserve it. I'm gonna be okay. Does anyone else want a musket?
I imagine that it's not a simple weapon to use.
It is not.
I cannot use it.
I got my own guns.
I mean, if you don't want to go to waste, I suppose I'll keep it. Just you gave it to me, dear Korax, so I figured I'd go ahead and ask to see if you'd rather me give it back or just keep it.
Hold on to it.
Very well then.
And it and no and it handing back an item is not how you make up for that cave in.
No, I know. I have a lot to do to make it up to you guys. I understand that. I'm really saying because I didn't really get to use it, and you did give it to me. Just didn't know if you would want it back or not.
And Well, as I said, hold on to it for now.
Very well then.
All right. Is there anyone else who has things they wish to buy?
I think I'll grab a couple of potions of healing, even though I haven't used any. But better to have them than not.
All right. Potions of healing, the regular kind, are 50 GP, I believe.
Okay, I'll
Yep.
get two normals then.
All right. Yeah, 50 GP, and the next stop is 100 GP. All right.
Okay.
Does anyone else have anything they wish to buy?
Not buy, but I'm gonna mess around with some items of what I make.
Real quick, how much were the bolts again?
Like 2 GP for 12.
Okay. I'll take them.
So you're going to do this before they leave the city, Neku?
Yeah, I'm gonna deactivate Cicada's ring. She can't even use it anymore.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you can't use it. You have 4th level spell slots. It only works on 3rd.
Ah, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna replace it with a repulsion shield.
Yeah.
I don't know what
And,
that does, but okay.
It's because I never got hit that I never get to use it.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Korax actually has one thing. In, she ducks into whatever quarters they're using, and when she comes out, she's dressed a bit differently. Like, still same basic blue coat, but less armored with a somewhat simpler look.
Okay.
I guess I need to draw that next time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Becca.
Okay.
Is that all correct?
Yep. She rejoins the rest of the party after she does this.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they wish to do? All right. Then you are gonna head out. How are you heading out?
The house.
You mean the house you said you'd give to Cricket?
Yeah. It's the fastest thing we have besides horses.
All right. Well, you head over to the house and yeah, you see Cricket. He is currently talking to the head nearby the pond and is trying to get it to move. I'll say the head's
Hey.
over here.
I think perhaps, Atropos, that it does not like you.
His name is Cricket now.
So they keep saying.
Jezebel just looks thoughtful. Like, very lost in thought.
Good,
So I
you're
said,
back.
Is that,
Would you kindly give me permission to order this contraption around? You said you would.
I do. At the time, I thought we could.
Anyways, yeah, I tell the cat that Cricket is a friend of ours. So,
And but like behind her, I'm just going. It's making this motion with my hand.
allies then.
Eh,
Meow, do you wish to give this cricket administrator privileges?
Yes, please.
delegated privileges, if you would.
Meow, I'm getting two conflicting answers.
And provision and give them provisional administrative privileges.
Meow, understood.
Okay.
We might want to borrow the landmass for a bit, though. Elena's got kidnapped, and we want to catch up to the kidnappers.
Yeah.
And the house is the fastest thing we've got.
Very well. Cricket will head inside. It is his house.
Yeah. He built it. It's his house. Can you
Charlotte.
take us to God, what was that town called again? Appalachia?
Meow.
I mean to go there.
Oh, I was waiting to see if anyone responded to Neku. Meow, right away. You all feel the ground briefly shake, and then you lift it up, and the two chicken legs begin to walk.
Okay. Alright, guess we're on the move now. I mean, Appalachia is the closest we can go before the rockery, so you might be able to catch up with them along the way.
Ollie?
We have to go around the mountains, though, don't we? Because chicken legs.
You do, but you wouldn't. Most people wouldn't be able to get through the mountains anyway. They're like giant mountains.
Really big mountains.
Charlotte would just sit by the pond and just be silent, looking over her reflection.
Okay?
Hmm?
She is talking to Charlotte.
Oh, sorry. I'll be fine.
You and you seem remarkably less smug than usual. What's wrong?
It's hard to describe, I think, but I'm still sorting out my emotions real quick.
Join the club.
I can relate to that.
Same.
It was a social experiment, basically.
I wish I could say I was shocked.
I just wish there was a better explanation to why my friends had to die.
Can't help. Can't help you there.
Elizabeth looks thoughtful. She goes, I guess in a way we all have our little issues, especially for the fact that I found out my brother was killed, not for the reason I thought. Well, either way, it seems we can all get our truce, so to speak, the more we continue journeying together.
Yeah.
Charlotte just gets going silent.
Do you need space?
Not much on this island, is there?
Eh.
Like, while this is going on, Korax is just gonna idly examine this pond. He's remembering what that she's remembering what that mermaid taught her. I wonder.
I don't
Is
think
there
it
something
worked.
interesting about this pond?
Oh, just just an idle thought. Probably not something to investigate right now. Not when we're got a job to do.
The
Yeah.
pond in question is about ankle knee deep, just below the ankles. It's not that deep a pond, like he dug it himself.
Oh, not a natural pond then.
Yeah, he made it himself. Like
Okay,
before this didn't have a
it's
pond here.
okay. So probably not part of that portal network the mermaids have then.
Yeah, nope.
How did Actually, I don't know. I don't know if Clara was even present to see the gigantic fish that Charlotte removed from the pond.
I think Charlotte was on her own for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a reminder, Charlotte is half the size of you all.
Yeah. She's small.
Also, as a reminder, that fish was probably bigger than the pond it came out of.
The pond is fairly sizable. I didn't have time this week to properly make the map. Like, it's a decent pond. Like, it's got some fish swimming around in it. She just rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic.
Then thus she fished up a blue whale. I don't see what's so hard to understand about that.
Okay, Cicada is gonna go inside for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, and get to work on copying down these spells.
Alright. You see Birdie just casually slouching and laying on the couch.
Hi, Cricket.
Good day.
Don't mind me, I'm just doing homework.
Very well.
As she starts writing.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I already said what I was doing.
Yep. What about the rest of you?
Korax is now just she's got Rimbane out and she's examining it. Like, how the fuck do I even deliver you?
I just figure Fiorna is going to show up and take it herself whenever.
Well, she's not exactly been quick to show up if she has. And just as soon drop this thing off.
Well, you guys have a bit of a trip ahead of you. What do you guys do?
I'm
Clara
going to
is thinking.
silently wonder where my little chef is. It's been a while since I've seen him, hasn't it?
He comes by on occasion. It's just I haven't been focusing on him because there's been other things going on.
Oh yeah.
Like he's still bringing you meals. It's just I'm not focusing on it because
Did
Yeah.
he cook that big fish? Did he cook that big fish that Charlotte caught?
unless Charlotte tossed it somewhere. No, Charlotte still has the fish. Well, Cicada.
Charlotte heads into the house.
All right. You head in.
She looks to Cricket laying on the couch and looks to Cicada studying like a nerd. And she just looks back to Cricket afterwards. You have a kitchen.
It's through that door.
This one right here.
Yes.
Am I allowed to use it? It's your house after all.
Yes.
Okay. Cooking fish tonight, guys. Enjoy.
Okay.
Hmm. What kind of seasoning have you got?
There is none on this fish, sadly.
Would you like me to conjure some seasoning?
In, I'll handle it when the fish is cooked. I'm cooked. We are not yet at the stage where I would trust you with my food.
I wasn't asking you.
Chesapeake.
Could you repeat that?
Chesapeake. The seasoning.
Chesapeake?
Yeah, that's a seasoning. You don't know about Chesapeake?
No.
Oh. Yeah, that's a seasoning.
All right.
Can I roll chef tools and make tools for chefs?
Sure.
Alright.
Ow. All right.
How are we gonna? Oh, did you get your magic screwdriver yet? Then
No. This will be without proficiency.
All right.
I'd still make chef tools though.
All right. So, Ryu, what are you doing?
He's waiting impatiently for us to get moving.
You're already moving.
Oh. Then he'd be is there like a vantage point from where he can view the horizon as they're heading towards?
You're like 20 to 30 feet in the air on chicken legs.
He'd be looking outside. I'd towards the horizon ahead, waiting for them to reach the people who have his grandfather.
Now, you do realize it's going to be several days before you get to Appalachia, right?
That does. He'll 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 stop periodically.
All right. Laura, you just playing music?
she was mostly just playing music, and then she like has this brilliant idea, and she not as well versed in religion as the others. She turns to Croxy and says, "Do you have to be a follower of a god in order to pray to them?"
As far as I know, no, but well, generally helps them hear you if you are.
Then can't we just like pray Vierna here and then hand her the sword?
Jezebel gives a small little like snort and laugh and then covers her mouth looking away.
Why don't you try that and see how it works for you?
Well, I don't imagine her to bring down all sorts of destruction on her if someone else prayed unto her. So I'm going to assume this will be okay. And if nothing happens, nothing happens. And then Clara's like, "Oh, great, Vienna, we have your sword. Please come pick it up."
Okay, so DM, how much of this is in my hands?
Jeez.
Just don't give them anything.
All the same, Chlora, I will ask you to roll religion real fast.
Oh, religion. That uses like wisdom, doesn't it?
Yep.
No, it does not.
Oh, it's intelligence.
Oh, it's intelligence.
Oh wow. It's high, but I don't think it's gonna be that high.
Hmm.
Hey, Korax is gonna call out. Which queen of Arcrania? I invoke thee. You want this thing or not?
I'm not sure this helps, but it'll be funny if it did.
Isabel just kind of watches amused, sitting on the floor with her hand in her,
Okay.
her chick in her
what-
hand.
Why not? What's your int modifier, Charlotte?
It's only 3.
Okay, so it'll be this plus 3.
No.
13.
Giselle just laughed. She goes, "You know, if it was that easy, I probably would have done that to talk to my father a long time ago."
I suppose so. And as you all see, Rimbane actually morphs into a flintlock pistol in Korax's hand, and she just sticks it in her holster. I am not attuned to it, but that is the form it is taking while I carry it.
Okay, yeah.
Alrighty.
You really shouldn't be able to do that because it only transforms when you're attuned to it. But
Oh.
you've already done it, so like whatever.
I mean, I'll attune to it briefly and then just unattune E2 transform it and then just unattune it to
Alright, fine. It can be a flintlock pistol.
yeah. Like, cause
Anyway.
Korax is just doing that for convenience sake. She has no intention of using it.
Anyway. Charlotte, you make a lovely meal fit for a king.
Big fish fillet.
Mm-hmm.
There's fish, there's a bowl of rice, I'm assuming, if I can find any, or have Cricket conjure some rice for me.
Yeah, so you use the spices and the ingredients in the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me 1d20.
Boy.
Okay. So, fortunately for you, you thought to try the spices and the rice on a smaller bit of the fish beforehand, and you realize that the rice doesn't taste like rice. It tastes like, we'll say it tastes like cotton candy. And the spices that he conjured are bread flavored.
That's disappointing.
I mean, he's just become a new person. I don't think he knows what tastes are.
Still, the rest of the
I'm
dishes.
ready to go. Sorry.
Sorry. Still, the rest of the dish
say-
is completely fine and all of that. It was just the rice and the spice. Anyway, continue.
I was gonna go Gordon Ramsay for a minute, but I decided to hold off on that.
Fair enough.
Who's this Gordon Ramsay?
Don't worry about it.
Fantasy Gordon Ramsay.
Anyway,
I'll sandwich you.
you serve out the fish, the cotton candy flavored rice, and the bread flavored spice.
Korax will immediately prestidigitation all of it to suit her actual tastes.
Clara eats the rice and she's like,
I don't think
what rice is supposed to taste like.
I don't think prestidigitation can do that, Korax.
It says it can.
It can
it
flavor
says-
food.
Chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour.
Alright.
Ooh.
I mean, fair enough. You were saying, Clara?
She's eating the rice and she's like, this isn't what rice is supposed to taste like. Cricket,
Unlimited.
have you ever had any rice before?
No.
Oh,
Have you ever had any food at all before?
No.
oh. Do you need
Can
to eat?
you can you even taste, dear?
He sits up on the couch a bit and stares at you. Oh no, let me just... There we go. You asked a lot of questions all at once.
Sorry.
We're curious.
No, I do not need to eat.
Oh,
Not even for fun? That's a shame.
I don't need to.
Doesn't mean you can't try. She gives a cheeky grin.
He pauses for a moment and then just points. I conjured the rice and the fish.
I mean the spice.
Yeah, but I'm the one that cooked it. It's an insult to not eat my meal right now, is it?
Have you even tried it? Little bite?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh my god. 13.
I can do
Okay,
this multiple
16.
times.
16 then.
You watch him walk over and stare at the food. Then he pokes it.
Tastes are a sensation too, you know.
Oh, no, dear. She says that she actually puts a spoonful of the rice up in a fork, or in a spoon, and holds it up. She goes, say,
Ah.
and she pops it in his mouth, and takes the spoon out.
The food is now in his mouth as he says, I don't get it.
Chew and swallow.
He does so.
Do you not taste anything?
No. I do not.
Really? Huh.
Insights. I want to know if they're telling the truth.
He really doesn't.
Oh.
If you wanted to experience what it was to live on the world, you were doing a very poor job of it.
He just stares at you.
Charlotte just starts eating her meal that she worked so hard to cook for this household and family, and for them they just did not like it.
Oh.
No one said they didn't like it.
Cicada is eating the fish.
Clara's fish is
I
gone.
liked
She's-
it for the most part. Are just correcting a few glaring issues is all.
Clara's rolling insight against her rice.
Nope.
The
It is
rice
rice.
keeps secrets from you, Dora.
Why does it taste so strange? Not saying it tastes bad. It just tastes not like rice. Does it have nutritional value?
I don't know.
Do you know what nutritional value is?
No.
Oh.
It's made with magic.
Oh.
Does magic have a nutritional value?
I don't think it does.
I mean, to some beings, I guess it could, but the thing is, ever have, and she pokes his arm, a physical body now.
To some extent, yes.
Usually, when you have something physical, you're supposed to take care of it.
He stares at you.
It's a new sensation, though. Maybe one day you'll be able to develop what taste is.
He
It
looks.
does, and you can do that by trying new things. She said that she actually taps his beak with the spoon she used to feed him.
He takes the spoon. Very well. And then he swallows the spoon whole.
I knew he was gonna do
No.
that. Why did I know he was gonna do that? Why did I know he was gonna do that? He's a child.
Charlotte
He's
is
a
like,
literal child.
Charlotte stands up afterwards and walks outside.
No.
The things I do for this household.
Oh, Charlotte, the fish was good, okay?
Jezebel leans her head on her hand on the table, giving such. She goes, "I'm surrounded by children."
Oh.
Korak is just staring off into the distance. She's got this this expression of I am so done with this situation.
Oh.
You watch Cricket once more poke the plate of food. Only this time it sucks up into his finger and then vanishes. It is good.
Wait, do you not taste You actually just absorb things to taste things rather than eating them?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. It's like, huh.
Clara's finished her meal. She is going to go outside to provide emotional support to the distraught bunny.
Oh.
So, how are you doing? Meal is great, by the way.
You know how hard it was to reach the stove? That stove was designed for normal people.
I can help you next time if you want.
I would like the stove next time.
Well, I can also just hold you, so then you don't have to worry about getting off the stool and moving it.
You are not allowed to touch me.
Not even hugs?
No.
She has this sad offense, like I've been, like sad offense move look or something. She's like, okay.
Charlotte now is just pouting as she looks to the water. At least she seems better than before.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and talk to Cricket about why tasting is important. To make sure that, well, to make sure that foods actually taste edible. It's like,
Oh,
if it doesn't taste any good, we usually don't eat it.
I see. In that
and
in that case, I can confirm undead do not taste good.
Oh,
Neither do corpses.
oh.
I did not need. I do not think we needed to tell you to tell us that, but
Yeah.
thank you regardless.
While Cicada's doing that, Jezebel's also going to basically teach him what not to eat.
Like spoons?
Exactly.
He will listen to you for a small while, and then he'll just give Cicada another pat on the head, and then he'll turn and give you a pat on the head, and then he'll go and sit on the couch.
Okay. Still a little weirded out by that. I mean, she's starting to get used to it, but not quite. But anyway, I think that's about it. I'm just copying spells.
Yeah, you finished that up fairly quickly.
Yay! I imagine over the coming days she starts practicing one spell in particular.
Okay.
So he's gonna go outside for it. But that's in the next coming days. If you guys want to continue with this story beat, you guys can.
Your eyes silent makes it really hard for Charlotte to be angry at herself. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no. Oh, the fish was good though. I liked it.
The fish was pretty well cooked. Everything, like reaches over and pats you on the shoulder. Everything wrong with that meal was Atropus's fault.
Cricket.
I will use that name, and when I am sure that they have changed. That has not been proven to me.
Oh.
Okay, and in fact, if anything, this night has rather proved the opposite.
Oh.
Well, you got an elf to save, so just keep looking out for him.
Indeed.
This entire time, like, Ryu has just been standing near the edge of the grassy platform that you guys are all on and just looking ahead.
Is that forward or is the other direction forward?
The other direction is forward, but doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go over to. You okay?
Careful you don't fall off.
I can
tried
fly.
I tried sending again. He didn't
Oh.
respond.
Oh dear. You can see
Either-
why you'd be worried.
Plus, why him?
We'll find him, I'm sure.
I that I I know that I swore we would myself, but he'd enough had already enough had already happened to him with that trial, and being sentenced to a month of community service, however much that fine was, as someone decides to just drag him off to the Underdark. Why?
Don't really know why,
Does
but
that
we'll figure it out together, okay?
just have to do with that whole theory that he could be a steel dragon?
Hmm. We don't really know for sure. But I'm sure we'll figure it out together.
Charlotte, You see a fish. The fish has bunny ears.
I was gonna pull out the fishing rod, but now I'm not okay with this.
You see another fish. The fish looks like it has fluff. And is bright pink.
Eh.
Yes, in the end, we're all just a small fish in a big pond.
Oh no.
There's a red fish with a horned back. A blonde fish with blue stripes down its body.
Yellow fish, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
A black fish with you know how those fantails have the really like droopy sort of fins?
Yeah.
You know. And then there's a fish with 5 tails. Like it's got a little propeller tail that just goes.
Korax has a distinctly unamused look at all of this.
Magic
To put
fish.
pets in his yard. Is that how he sees us?
Ow, 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 ow.
You okay?
Crap.
What are you doing, Jezebel?
Jezebel's basically at the table, kind of leaning back a little bit on her chair with her like feet not completely propped up on the table, but still keeping her balance. She just looks really, really lost in thought and contemplating as she just taps a finger on the table.
Alright. Charlotte? Corax?
I'm gonna go back to the table.
Okay.
Seeing that, I have seen too much today.
Alright. You notice that the table is now completely spotless, so all the plates have been cleaned up and it's freshly set.
You work as a maid now.
What is a maid?
Just talking to Jezebel. I thought Charlotte assumed who did this.
Ah, okay.
Jezebel,
In that case, forget Cricket said anything. I thought you were talking to Cricket there.
No.
Jezebel slightly snaps out of her thoughts as she looks to Charlotte and then to the table that her boots are slightly on, and then she goes, you're funny."
That's the better reaction, I suppose.
Sorry, dear Charlotte, just a little lost in thought, I guess.
Yeah, you have some choices, I suppose.
A lot to consider, apparently. To be honest, I never really wanted to call upon my family heritage, so to speak. Technically, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but majority of my sisters do have magical influence, not just from my father, but just talent alone. I never really delved into magic because I didn't want to have pieces of him a part of my life. But it seems after all these couple years of searching, I'm still not anywhere close to finding my brother's killer, and I found out that my brother's been alive this whole time. And not only that, as I was down the top, she kind of like puts her feet off the table and then like slams the chair fully back onto the ground. as she groans while putting her forehead on the table. I'm growing fond of you all. I'm afraid that's going to lead to me becoming weak. There's a reason why I've been alone all this time.
You assume that's why Tatsu's alone all this time.
Somewhat?
Is that why you assume Tatsu's always alone all this time? It's easier to be disconnected from life just in general. From emotions. From friends. From family.
My goal was that was the only thing I had my mind set on.
Can you still say that now?
So I say, because that's the motion I'm used to, as you said. She tilts her head on the table to the side so that she can stare at Charlotte. Still keeping her head on the table with a frown.
Charlotte just barely peeks over the table. That table's as tall as Charlotte.
You all are reminding me what it's like to have comrades and family again. I love my sisters to bits, but we've all gone on our own ways. And I love my mother too, and no matter what, if she ever needs me, I'll go back. Only, it was easier being away from everybody so that I could focus on my goal, which was to find my brother's killer. But I thought it was for a specific reason that me and him had dedicated ourselves to. Now that I know that that's not true, and that he's been alive all this time and didn't even contact me. I don't know. I guess I don't feel as in control anymore as I did.
I would say it's a good change.
Isabel raises an eyebrow at that. Good. How so?
When you start thinking for your comrades, then at least they could still be alive at the end, based off your actions. Or have a better chance. Instead of always going after what's already been done and dead, you could at least stop or prevent what the future could hold for your allies.
Her eyes slightly widen at that. And then she actually picks it up a little bit as she kind of like glances outside, I guess, a bit. Is there a window?
Yeah.
Glances outside, looking at Korax, Cora, and then Cicada and Ryu, and then back to Charlotte.
You can pretend not to care all you like. You remind me of someone in my own group. They acted just like you, and that's why I can connect to you pretty well.
He gives her a soft smile. She goes, "Yeah, I do feel you and I have a lot in common than we think." It's... She looks a little uncomfortable. Been a while I've been able to open up to others. It's not easy. I'm always used to just keeping things to myself. Oh dear, Corax is right. I'm not following my own advice. Or more so, maybe I've forgotten.
It's okay to stray off the path that you once started, Jessica. Find a new path. Maybe a new beginning or a new end. Just remember that whatever you chose, make sure there's something worthwhile at the end.
She gets a bit of a huff with closing her eyes with a strained expression. In the end, I still have my goals, which are find the killer and continue to protect Lady Rua and the Steel Dragons. But her shoulders slightly slag a bit as she actually looks over, gives her a natural, pretty honest, small smile, but a pretty honest smile. Perhaps I can squeeze in a couple more goals in between.
Charlotte looks to Jezebel. Her eyes just peeking over the table. And then she just turns and starts walking her hands behind her back. It takes a person so long to realize the truth about revenge and about anger. But for your case, Jezebel, when will the anger die out?
I used to think it was when I'd finally get revenge, but I guess we'll see.
That's all Charlotte says. She walks on.
By the way, dear Charlotte, Jezebel says right before she walks off, and then gives a cheeky grin. You do know you're shorter than the table, right?
We can change that.
I'm only saying because the whole time you were talking to me, all I could see were your eyes. Your very pretty red eyes.
We can change the table size. Don't worry about that. I can make it solid real quick.
Then it'd be too short for everybody else.
No, it's okay.
It'd be a little short for everybody else, though. Besides, it is not your table, dear. It's Cricket's. You better ask permission.
The simplest solution would be to build yourself a booster seat or a high chair.
You're not in there.
Yeah, Cricket is just staring at Charlotte.
Something the matter?
I can make you a smaller table just for you.
I don't need a kid's table.
I do not understand. You are not a child.
I am not a child. Don't make a small table for me.
Then why are you trying to make the table smaller?
To fit my needs.
He wants to feel included.
Then why can I not make you a table to fit your needs?
Cricket. There's a word that describes this situation. It's called authoritarian presence. That is all.
Okay.
Don't saw off the legs of my table, please.
You take pride in this house?
He just lays back down. I have said what I needed to say.
Charlotte stares at Cricket for a while as he lays down. And then Charlotte tries to jump on him.
No.
You jump on top of him and land on his belly. And he just
No.
looks up at you.
Charlotte says nothing. She's kind of waiting for his reaction.
His reaction is a complete lack of reaction.
Awesome. Now I found a new seat.
So, Cicada, Ryu, what are you all up to?
Okay. I was thinking of paying a toll to ask the gods
Right,
where the heck building is.
you want to cast divination, right?
Yes, I want to cast divination. It's gonna cost me 25 gold pieces to do it. So, and sit over here, use my ritual spell, which is consumable. So that's gone.
Oh, neat.
Neat.
Well,
There we go.
you can ask a simple question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity.
Okay, so I'm not sure which god I'm going to ask, so I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to your discretion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask, will we find Elnath to be okay?
Hmm. So, you hear the brief tinkling of a small wind chime, and you feel your head go fuzzy for a moment, as if you've breathed in something, and you feel the urge to cough, but you don't cough. And then you hear a voice echo out and say, "Psh, you'll be fine."
Who the heck is this?
You recognize the voice as Allah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And that's all you get.
Okay. Uh. Hmm.
Well,
So I got Alar, and she said he'll be fine.
well, she is the one that gave us. She is the one that gave us this transport. If we catch up to them, and before they reach the Underdark, it'll be thanks to her.
Yeah.
I'll certainly owe her one for that.
Alrighty. I mean, if the divination spell does say it, needs to be a truthful reply. So yeah.
Not necessarily. Early, the future isn't set in stone, you know.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
So after you did do this, Cora was like, "Wait, does that mean we could use that spell to contact Vierna to come get her sword?"
About that. If you look at the spell components, I just used the only components I had to cast the spell, and it consumes it. So I can't do that anymore.
Huh.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh well.
By the way, it said appropriate to the religion. Like, what'd you burn? Like, what'd you offer to Alar? Did you like burn weed or something?
Oh my
Listen.
god.
Listen. Just because it's her primary burst does not mean it's not the only thing she has.
Did you not read the spell components? Incense.
Oh my god.
And a sacrificial offering.
Yeah, and incense.
The
But
incense is
but no, I considered what to I considered my options and I decided Allah would give the most cryptic response.
Okay. Fine.
To make things really interesting. Next time she casts, roll for what god she calls.
Nah, I'd rather decide because if you guys aren't gonna decide, I'm gonna decide for you. It's as simple as that. Anyway. Charlotte, are you still on Cricket's belly?
Charlotte is light, and yes.
Alright. Cicada, as you come out of the spell and tell everyone this, you glance in the window and you see that Charlotte is standing on Cricket, who's just staring up at her.
No. Sitting.
Sitting.
That's a staring out. Yes.
Sitting.
And Jezebel is just sitting at the table, leaning her chin on her hand, watching, just amused quietly.
What is going on in there?
Next time you glance around, everything's on fire.
Oh God.
Jezebel is sitting at the table. It's fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. Hey, I'm fire resistant, so
It worked out.
Anyway, that's what you see in the window. All of you can see
Okay.
this naturally. So what do you do now?
Okay, I think that's it for the day for me. So Cicada's just gonna go inside for now. Go to sleep. But before she does, she just glances over to Charlotte and goes, "What are you doing?"
And Charlie like curls up into a rabbit ball and just like lays on Cricket.
No comment. And she just goes to bed.
Well, you head upstairs and you realize there's only 2 bedrooms,
Oh.
aka 2 beds. Though it appears
Oh.
a 3rd room is currently in construction.
Huh.
He only had like 3 days to put this entire place together, you know.
Right.
Duct tape and broken dreams is what I call that.
In presumptive asshole, isn't he?
So, Charlotte, as you're resting, you feel the surface you're laying on change to fabric as Cricket just teleports out from underneath you.
Oh. Okay.
Feels kind of wrong to sleep in one of these beds, so she's just gonna use the couch then.
So about the 2 rooms, one of them is labeled Cricket, and the other is labeled Cicada.
Like, oh my God, no! He made my room first. Dang it! And it's
You act
just
like he's
the
gonna.
one bed.
You act like he's gonna make rooms for everyone else.
Oh. This is very flattering, so she's. You know what? She's just gonna use the room.
Cricket will walk over to Jezebel, and you all see him whisper something to her.
And might we hear what was whispered?
You can roll perception.
It's gonna be a very high perception.
I'm asleep, so I hear shit.
21.
Oh jeez.
Alright. Does anyone else roll?
Roll for what?
Cricket is whispering something to Jezebel.
Clara isn't interested, but I'm going to roll anyway. Just why not? She's not good at wisdom anyway.
Nope.
Alright.
I was kind of expecting that.
With whatever Cricket whispered, he's then gonna head up and head to his room.
So 21 wasn't enough then.
I DM'd you.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Jezebel kind of like at first looks a little narrows her eyes a little bit at Cricket and warning, just out of habit, but then her stance somewhat relaxes after the whisper, and she just looks away with the and a small frown.
Well, once Cricket is out of earshot, Jezebel, you get enough another message in your head.
Oh no!
You could decide neither, you know.
Deciding neither is. Just want to mention, just a slight out of character note. Deciding nothing is still a decision. That
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like yeah, and Yeah, it is a decision. It is absolutely a decision.
Anyway,
But I'm just gonna come out and say it. Atropus is acting like a stalker.
Oh no.
anyway, Jezebel, you were saying something?
Jezebel holds her head in pain and then actually slams her forehead on the table with a thud and says, "All of you leave me alone. Bad enough I have to deal with my father sometimes. What are with gods?"
Wow, you of all people are having a headache? I thought you were always I thought you'd be too good at making people have I thought you'd be too good at causing them.
Are you okay?
Usually, I don't mind being someone else's headache, but right now I have two of them. They're both nagging me very badly. I'm making a decision, and it's starting to piss me off.
Oh, the irony. The one who's always nagging others is now being the nagged.
Yep. Yeah, 50 is great.
You know you don't have to take either one's offer.
I
Hell,
know.
you could even threaten them and saying that you'll refuse them both outright if they don't shut up.
No, I know. She says, as she
Just a
again
sketch.
just thud her forehead on the table. The thing is, I never did want to call upon magic. She waves her fingers sarcastically. Because then that would usually mean that I was going back to my father's heritage and relying on his powers, which I do not want to do. But I'll admit, I'm tempted. She looks skeptical because she's not sure what they're going to say. I think I might take Atropus, or, excuse me, Cricket's offer.
Why?
That's a terrible idea.
Yep, so you've told me, and so has a lot of people told me at the same time as well. She lifts her head up and she puts her chin now on the table, staring at Ryu and Korax with a slightly tired but also serious expression. I have a couple of reasons why I might more be leaning towards him, so to speak. Main reason actually being is, well, I like to keep an eye on him.
That's not going to be difficult, Jezebel. He seems to have inserted himself into our affairs.
Yes, because of. She pauses for a second and looks thoughtful. Because of Cicada.
And why? Okay, but then why do we need to give him any more leverage over us than he already has?
She gives a bit of swear. She goes, "Just because I become his warlock doesn't mean he's going to have control over me."
No, but if you're openly striking a bargain with it, and then he will be getting something out of that bargain. You're
So
going
when
to have
any
to do it in some capacity. You'll have to be doing what he wants.
so when anybody else, if I decide to make them, and any god that I decide to follow, if I do end up becoming anybody's warlock, gains something from it.
Then, and that is true. So again, why be and why is it necessary that you become a warlock at all?
I'm stuck, she says plainly as she lifts her head up and crosses arms over her chest looking frustrated. I've searched for years for my brother's killer, and every time I think I'm anywhere close, it turns out I'm far behind than I thought I was. I've looked on my own for so long, and I'm stuck.
And but and 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 you are and how and what power could he give you? What options could he give you that Cicada could not also already provide?
That's the thing, dear, she says with a smile as she actually looks over. Cicada's asleep, right?
Cicada's upstairs, sleeping in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually. She decided to place a note on the front of her door. One of you is welcome inside.
Aw. She actually gives a fond smile. Not like one of her little like playful ones. She just looks forward. She goes, I want to protect Cicada. And surprisingly, if you'll believe me, you all too.
That
My
much I
goal,
do believe.
my goals have
But
not changed. Don't get me wrong. I still want my revenge on the killer, and I still need to continue to protect the Steel Dragons and Lady Rua's secret. But since meeting all of you, playfulness aside, I've grown rather fond of you all.
I sense a butt coming.
I'm not. I don't feel strong enough to protect you all the way I am. Before, it was just me and my goals: finding the killer, getting revenge, protecting the Steel Dragons on my own. And I've been fine on my own. Now I have others to worry about, and that's part of a weakness, which can also be a strength later. But right now, I don't have the strength to help keep you all safe, including Cicada. You all said you don't trust Cricket, correct?
Not in the slightest. He had. It's over the last 10 years, he has murdered untold of people, caused untold death and destruction, and he has yet to display a shred of remorse for it.
You consider that maybe it was unwilling?
Someone's sounding quite a bit like Fiona. Just an out,
Here-
I
here-
have.
just an
I
out of
here's the
have.
thing.
just an out of character tease. Continue.
Oh, Korax doesn't want. Doesn't think Jezebel should make a deal with her either.
But here's the thing, dear. How much do we really know about Cricket? Besides, at least the Cricket, not Atropus.
I've yet to see any evidence that they're different people.
Exactly. She says, giving him like
The burden of proof is on the positive, not the negative.
so she says, giving him a look. If I become his warlock, not only can I keep an eye on him and see what his true intentions are, but I can also make sure Cicada is safe. She is still his warlock, and his only warlock, might I add.
Okay. You want and strength. I understand that at much. Taking the steel may well make you stronger. It may also compromise you.
Like I'm afraid of the risk. I put my life in risk every single day, doing not only my job, but
But would
also
you put?
trying to.
But would you put your mind and your own will, your sense of self, at risk?
If it means protecting Cicada, then yes. She actually
And
says
would you,
seriously.
would you protect her from yourself?
If I must. Yes.
This is your risk to take, if you will. Uh. You know my opinion.
Oh, it sounds like you care, dear Korak. That's
I
sweet.
do. That's why I think you shouldn't be doing this.
She actually looks a little surprised. Honest answer.
Did you expect anything else?
I guess I shouldn't. She says with an ironic laugh. I'm still learning to trust again, dear. As I said, I've been by myself for a very long time. And I know you're concerned, and I appreciate it. It's been a while. But you can also, I know this is a little hard for me to say after all I've done, but so far you've trusted in me, yes?
Yes.
And before
Hasn't always proven to be the best idea, but I have.
no, but you also did trust Cicada before when he was Atropus. And so far, he has kept his word, has he not? We all have a troubled past, dear Corax. Every single one of us.
Every single person in the world, it sometimes seems like.
Indeed. But do you believe that somebody can change?
That and I do, and that was never the issue. Atropus doesn't seem to want to change, or if
Are you certain?
or if they do, they don't see. They certainly you don't seem to show any sign of it.
No offense, dear Korak, she says, looking amused. But the fact of the matter that he actually has a mortal body, well, somewhat mortal to an extent. Wouldn't someone consider that a change?
To a god, it is little more than a change of clothing.
It's still a change, she says with a snarky smirk.
I will believe him change when he shows true remorse for the people he's killed.
She gives actually a frustrated sigh, and she goes, "So I guess that means I should feel remorseful for people that I've killed, hmm?"
You have shown remorse for it in many cases.
For the ones that
He you heard him talk before. He views them as he views them as insects. Just ants to be stepped on and ignored on the way to his goal. And come outside.
I have character. Did he actually say that?
Yeah. Like you mean come outside or insect or like that he views mortals as insects. Like everything I said here, Korak, just now, Korax also said.
I don't remember him saying that, but okay.
And okay, so DM, are those fish still on the pond?
Yep.
The ones that look like us.
Yeah.
See that? That's what we are to him, Jezebel. Pets to be collected.
Oh, they're kind of cute.
You're not at all concerned by what they mean?
She gives a bit of a huff as she just puts a hand on her hip. I see your point, dear. I do. But sometimes you gotta take the risk.
Korax just shuts her eyes, lets out a slow, deep breath, exhales, and her outfit actually starts to shimmer and gleam just a bit as silvery armor just seems to form around it. You are going to hear so many I told you so's if this goes wrong.
She just gives a.
As I shift the appearance of my outfit using the glamour studded leather.
Alright.
She just watches you change your armor and then gives a smirk and she goes, "If so, then feel free to tell me that. As long as I gain the power to reach my goals, then I'll tell you it was worth it."
And I will tell you, you did not need it. And I'm going to head off to somewhere to start up my trance.
I mean, you're on an island that's 30 feet in the air on chicken legs.
Is there a tree or something growing out of it?
No, but I'm sure if you ask Cricket, he'd grow one.
I don't want to sleep under anything made by Cricket. I will trance out in the open.
Fair enough.
Griswold just grins amused at the fact that Karaz can't really stomp very far away. But she does give a very contemplating look at all that Korak said, and then she gives a sigh and she goes, having somebody care for you, I totally forgot, it can be quite overwhelming.
Wait, if you were saying that to me, could you repeat it? Because I caught maybe half of it.
Having somebody care for you can be a little overwhelming. She forgot that feeling.
Ah.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to do on this day?
Clara's gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Korak basically just went to sleep. Hey.
Okay. Anyone else?
Charlotte just gonna sit at the edge and just out.
Alrighty. Last check, last call. Alright. The morning dawns, and with it, Cicada, you come out of your room, and you see that the room that was currently being constructed has finished during the night, and it has a sign on it that says Jezebel.
But
You know that, like, there was 2 rooms and one that was currently in construction, and the third
I'm
one is
aware.
now complete. Just clarifying.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm just surprised that it reads Jezebel next. And I'm like, what?
Cricket is
She
still in
must-
his room.
Okay, she's gonna go downstairs and see Jezebel. And it's like, yeah, new room now.
Oh, she says that she is tying her hair back up into her high ponytail. Do I now? And I'm gonna head over and check the room.
Yeah.
It's just a simple room. You know, there's a bed, there's some storage. You know.
Oh. She kind of looks a little surprised looking around the room. And then she gives a bit of a pout. But I wanted to share your room.
Sure, if we ask, we can merge rooms. Maybe. I don't know.
Guess that means that it's official then. She says as she rubs the back of her neck.
Official?
She takes a deep breath, kind of like bracing herself, and then turns to Cicada, smiles, and walks over and wraps her arm around her shoulders. Pulls her close. She goes, guess who's a warlock with you?
Jezebel. Cicada is not surprised.
Oh, you're not?
No. You took his deal, did you?
Ah, so you knew about that too.
He told me.
Of course he did. Guess I should have known. Oh well.
We can talk more
Let's-
later. But right now, I'm gonna go practice a few things outside.
As you head
Ursula
out.
gives
Go on.
a fond smile and then just shrugs a bit.
As you're heading outside, Cicada, there's a loud crash. Well, no, more of a bang than a crash. And those of you outside can see that the house has grown in size. And there's now 2 wooden stilts and a large add-on section added to the second floor that is precariously balanced right near the edge of the small platform that you all are on.
That's new. I'm guessing this is just Cricket at work right now.
Yep.
Okay.
If you head upstairs, you'll see that the hallways become longer.
Oh. Okay.
I can only see this causing a panic to any bystanders seeing us off in the distance.
Korax is rudely awoken by this.
Okay, so that happened. Flora doesn't care. It's a sound sleeper, I guess. So Cicada is outside and she's going to practice a new spell that she learned. This one. And she is going to summon a beholderkin.
Okay, yeah, just a small moment.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that's currently being cast. What's everyone else doing?
Korax is watching this in, well, intrigue and just a little bit of concern.
Oh, because she's just pulled out this jar of miscellaneous gross stuff. Eh.
Yeah. Also, you summoned a horrible creature from beyond the astral sea.
That's still being summoned.
Yeah, but I can see. Yeah, but still, I can see what's going on.
I guess nobody else is watching this unless they're seeing out the window.
What's everyone else doing?
Shara looks off the edge and just stares at it.
Chlor hasn't been woken yet.
Okay.
Ryu's scanning around the island and to see if there are any towns or villages nearby that could end up actually seeing this.
I mean, you do pass a town on occasion, but you're gone past the town before anyone has any more time than to just look up. And with a pop, your beholderkin appears.
Yeah. Yes, it works. He's so
Of course
cute.
you had. Of course you had. At a token ready, Becca. Of course.
Yeah, I have 3 tokens ready in case you were curious.
What do you want to name him?
His name is Hiccup.
Aww.
Aww.
He's a crazy little guy.
Done.
Okay. I'll give you the names of the other ones in DMs.
Yeah, no rush on that.
Okay. I just wanted to practice that spell to see if it actually worked. And yeah, it works.
Yeah. Thank you, Tasha's, for allowing proper summoning, finally.
Yay. He's a cute little guy. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure if anyone saw that.
Well,
Isabel's watching from inside through the window.
Korax is watching in plain sight.
You like him?
Uh. You can control him, right?
Yeah?
Okay.
I mean, it's just a spirit, right?
yeah, he's just quietly following you, making ah.
Alright.
That's the sound he makes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It's because the aberrant spirits can only speak in deep speech, but they can understand any other language I have. So which is just common bird folk and Aran.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, What do you guys do now? Jezebel? Laura?
Laura still hasn't been woken up.
No.
Okay.
Someone needs to wake her up.
Jezebel?
I'm watching, and then I'm actually also waiting for Cricket to come out.
Alright. Well, eventually the sounds die down from upstairs and he comes walking down.
Isabel kind of turns in her seat looking at Cicada, and then slightly narrows her eyes at Cricket.
He glances to Cora and then he glances to you.
He's asleep. Don't worry.
I wasn't worried.
She looks a little amused, then she stands up, walks over, and she goes, with her arms crossed over her chest. Did you really know I was going to say yes to you?
No.
You sure?
He pauses for a moment and glances upstairs and then looks back and says, I made your room first. If you are all staying here for an extended period, I should make you all some rooms.
Huh. And the reason why you're making the rooms for us? Because you care?
He just stares at you.
She just stares back at him, but then gives a small smile, and she just giggles. She goes, you know, you're kind of cute. That far off look you have is actually very endearing.
I take it you have accepted my offer?
To make it official, yes, I have.
He offers a hand. Then let us form this pact.
She slightly narrows her eyes. She goes, as long as you promise and keep your word. What you told me before, they weren't all just lies, were they?
What is the lie?
I'm going to insight that real quick.
Oh.
He knows what a lie is, but he's being coy.
He's being cheeky.
And he continues to offer the hand and he simply says, we will cover that while we make the pact.
She gives a bit of a smirk and looks very amused, and then just gives a shrug and reaches out and firmly grasps his hand.
As you grab it, both of you vanish.
Bye!
And I guess nobody notices. Because Cicada is currently occupied with her new aberration friend.
Contemplating
why-
suicide is pretty nice right now.
And
Here we go.
Laura's asleep.
Jezebel,
Yo.
you blink your eyes a few times, and you open them to find yourself on a black, featureless landscape. For as far as you can see, there is just darkness. Dead plants, yellowed, rotten wood, trees fallen over. You can see skeletons of animals that have just died in the distance. Some of them with flies, some without. Let us begin.
He looks around briefly for a second. gives a bit of a hump with narrowed eyes, and then just looks at him with narrow, determined eyes.
What is it you desire from the pact?
Mostly, I suppose the common thing would be to become stronger. She says with a bit of a shrug. Most people seem to make pacts like those, don't they?
Confirmed.
So, I think mine might be just a tad bit different when it comes to strength.
Yes.
Family means everything to me. I'll admit that now. Family is important. I may be in a bit of a strenuous situation with my father, so to speak, but I do care about him, my mother, and my sisters, including Cicada and my comrades. I know Quarks isn't happy the fact that I'm making this contract, but that's also because he cares. What I want is the power to protect those that mean the most to me. I don't want to lose anyone else important again.
He gives a nod. Is there anything else you wish to gain from this pact?
She looks curious for a second, and then she looks to him. She goes, "Maybe to understand you a little more better. Could that be a part of the pact?"
If you wish it. Is there anything else you wish to add to the pact?
Can't put me on a spot here, she says with a bit of a shrug. So far as all I can think of. I want to believe you've changed, dear. Gorax has a different opinion of that. But I like to think that sometimes I could be a pretty decent judge of character. I only hope that in the end, I don't regret this. Because I really don't want to hear Gorax rub it in my face. I really, really don't. I'm never going to hear the end of it.
On the subject of me having changed, the only real change is that I have gained a body. Do you still wish?
So I guess it means you still refer to us as insects then,
I'm just trying to think of how to respond to that, because I don't remember him saying that.
See, I don't either. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Did he say that?
If he said it, it must have been at the very, very beginning.
Not in so many words, but that was always basically the vibe he gave off. Of like, I killed all those people. You know, what do I care? Oh my god.
So
Like,
this
I
is
see.
so
kind
this
of his
is
attitude. That was kind of very much his attitude when we first met him.
so this is basically Corax's opinion. He didn't actually like say it.
All
say
right,
it.
so let's
He does
continue.
say it.
Let's continue then. Cricket will just say, I never said that.
She just slightly narrows her eyes a bit at him. She goes, I want to believe you. Corax has another opinion. But to be fair, I know that not all gods usually are selfish. Take my father. He's definitely not one for being selfish, even though his powers are different than yours. Still, I don't mind taking a risk.
I will
I'll
add
see
on
for
to
myself whether you are really evil or not.
good, evil. I don't really care much for those labels. I will say this. I am
That's
not...
something evil people always say.
Corax, please. I'm trying to do a scene here.
I know, but I just had to say it.
And no more interruptions, please. You made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
What did I just say, Jezebel?
Good or evil?
I
I'll
think
see for myself if you're good or evil.
right. I think it was good, evil. I didn't really care about such terms. I am not a god either. I am something far more ancient. As it
But you do get
stands,
first.
is there any other conditions you wish to add to the pact?
Just that if anything happens and you, I guess you could say, need a sacrifice or something like that, choose me over Cicada.
Very well.
Oh,
All right, that's all I want then.
Let me just add that to the list.
my goodness.
Isabel's deciding all these on the fly, man. She's going by instinct, so she has no plan. She's just going with
Yep.
what she feels is best.
Very well. He continues to hold your hand, and you feel a brief sting as your body goes stiff, but you can still speak. And he says, I accept your conditions. I will now provide you with my singular condition. If you accept this, the pact is sealed. The condition is as follows. You are to protect Cicada at all costs, even if it should cost you your life. Do you accept these conditions? This condition?
She grunts for a second, but does manage to give a pained smirk. She goes, that's it? No blood pact or anything like that?
Yes, that is it. Do
She
you
gives a smirk and she goes, I would have protected her with or without your help anyway.
do you accept these conditions?
Yes.
Then you feel a sharp pain as your body seizes up for a moment and then it fades away. I'm just going to pin this in your chat for you. And I'm also going to just quietly open your sheet. And, you know, nothing major. Just going to add, where is it? Right, it's on the, there it is. Okay.
I get a goodie?
And I'm just going to quietly add that to your sheet.
Hey.
Then, with that, you both reappear in the living room. Oh, was that what Jezebel said? I thought she said
Yeah.
okay. I'll edit that in. I'll edit that.
Yeah, no. Jezebel over Cicada.
I'll edit that. That's my bad. Okay. It's been edited on the place where I've pinned it.
Yeet.
Either way,
Korax is standing there waiting for them to reappear.
it is done.
Ugh. Jezebel
No longer
grunts,
has it.
wincing for a second as she tries to catch her breath. Ouch.
Oh, you just casually you also took 1 point of damage.
Ow.
Yeah. Ouch. She goes, maybe next time, dear, just write down something or write it on a contract or something. I think that would be a little more better.
I can't see a token, Clara. I mean, Charlotte.
There's a reason for that.
Anyway, with that done, Cricket will just give a nod and then say, I will take it under advisement. And he heads outside and heads over to where he's currently building the extension.
All right,
Yeah.
now
Great. Good. Bye.
I'm going to assume you went ahead and made this contract without having any kind of legal representative present.
She shakes her head a bit as she stands a little more straighter and fixes her clothes. She goes, I didn't really think I needed it.
How much control did you have over the terms of the contract?
A lot, actually.
Good. Did you set as one of the clauses no being compelled to harm innocents?
I did say to protect those considered family.
Corax's face palms. Oh dear.
Now, dear, if I wanted to ask for something like that, then I wouldn't be able to hurt certain people for information. That's not very effective for me.
I said no being compelled to harm innocents, and you'd still be perfectly capable of doing it for free.
Has Cicada harmed anybody lately?
Well, they did help themselves to an island that was meant for us.
Did they still again? Did Cicada hurt anybody? No, exactly. She says with a grin and just starts to casually walk outside.
For 10 years, Jezebel.
She gives a sigh as she shakes her head. You hold grudges very easily, dear Corax. Please be careful about that. I understand.
You be careful about the people you let into your life.
She actually slightly glares at her over her shoulder. She goes, "You're not my father, nor my mother, all right? I know you care. But," she sighs and she goes, "Trust me. I know this is hard for me to ask after everything I've done so far. But for now, just trust me. That's all I'm asking."
Tilt's head. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. We're all gonna regret this.
Things change, dear. As dear Charlotte told me that the other day, sometimes change is good.
And as I have told you, you are being very quick to assume that change has happened. Did they have anything to say about that?
Dear Cards, the fact that you cannot see the change is actually a little amusing and a little endearing, but you really should open your eyes a little more better. And please, as I said, just trust me. I have a good feeling. Whether that changes later, then you feel free to say I told you so. But for now, just trust me. Anyway, I want to go see Cicada's new little friend.
I may
She-
as well.
she walks outside.
It's not like I can do anything to stop this.
Nope. Ooh,
Out of
who's this?
character, I will. If the campaign ends without if the campaign itself ends and we all die of old age without this going bad in any way, that is when Corax will let this go.
Oh, he'll never let it go until he dies.
And she lives another 600 years.
Okay.
So after you guys all walk out, Cora's like, and she gets up and she's like, I feel like I missed something. Did I miss something?
No, nothing important. Go back to sleep.
Isn't it time to get up though?
Well, you still seem sleepy to me.
So,
She just looks at the window,
guys,
sees it stay, and gets up anyway.
guys.
Sorry.
So, Charlotte, I'm sorry it took a bit to get to you, but you said there was a reason why you're half off the screen.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing. I was joking.
I want to hear about it.
You don't want to hear about it. It was
Well,
nothing.
well, all right, but if you're sure, okay. It's your decision in the end. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Yeah. It's okay, just about like talking. What do
Yep.
you, Fred?
Ryu is going to attempt sending one more time.
All right.
Grandfather, please answer me. I need to know you're okay.
No response.
Dang it.
Quick, Cicada, you had something you wanted to do?
Yeah. I did want to speak with Jezebel,
Go for
but
it.
telepathically, because we can do that now.
Go for it.
Oh. Wait,
Okay.
can we maybe do it another time? It's getting late.
I want to do this because it'll make a great cliffhanger.
Okay.
It'll only be
Okay, fine.
it'll only be short.
Okay.
Okay. Did you take the deal?
Yes, I did. Kind of hurt a little bit. Did it hurt whenever you accepted his offer?
I don't remember.
Okay, probably a good thing.
So, something serious I need to tell you. Don't tell anyone else about this.
Oh,
But there's a spy among us.
there's a what?
There's a spy among us.
And that's where we'll end the
A spy?
session.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
A
tuning in.
spy?
We'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.